My name's Cameron Davies. I'm an architect and an urban designer, and I'm a director here at Deicke Richards. We approached Chris and Peter on a recommendation from Levo Architects, who were part of our practice managers group. And that was quite important to us because we really needed to work with somebody who understood our industry, and it is quite particular. First of all, they're quite a good cultural fit for us, if that makes sense. And they really sort of spent the first meeting just wanting to get to know us. So they weren't sort of impressing on us a set of systems and processes that we didn't need. Pete and Chris really took the time to kind of understand what we were doing and to tailor what they were going to do for us as well. So my first impression was that they were good listeners. It also helped that they turned up with a Mac, because we use Macs in our office, and so Pete had his little Mac on the desktop, and I thought, okay, that's a good sign, because there's not a lot of Mac IT support businesses out there that have that specialist knowledge. So that just, I guess, gave us a level of comfort that they might understand what we were going to do. The biggest change that we have seen from going from internal to external has really just been liberating time for our staff. So we had a number of junior architects and also architects who were providing IT support to our business, and we'd been doing that for a really long time, and at times it was taking a good portion of their time providing that, and that's not really what they got into architecture to do. I guess the other aspect for it though was that you can become very insular in your own business when you don't have that external perspective. So it was really helpful for us to be working with someone who was working with other architects, had an insight into what they were doing and the way their systems and processes were working. We haven't got that litmus test, if you like, of how systems and processes can be applied within an architectural practice, and they brought that to us, and so that was fantastic. We really value the personalised approach. So we know them really well now, it's not just Chris and Pete, and we're engaging with those guys on a daily basis. They are that size is really helpful for us because we're often dealing with the same people all the time, and that's a familiar face, and that gives people confidence, and it also means that staff feel confident to approach them, because that's ultimately what they want, what we want. We want them to be an integrated part of our team. Just that simple size and just that personalised service makes that a lot easier for us. The ability for our staff to just be able to pick up the phone and contact them whenever they need to, and not be concerned that might be incurring a cost specifically for that issue. That's actually really important. We don't want to create any barriers. So if you like that kind of monthly subscription that we pay with them, that's actually a really good format for us, and it works really well for our staff. IT, as we know, it's a constantly evolving thing, and there's always something bright and shiny out there in the future, and often that's quite enticing and you want to embrace it, but the technology is not sometimes there yet for it in a form that is going to suit your business. So that aspect of it is really helpful. We quite often come to them with ideas or just bouncing off ideas about new technologies. It might have been to do with our phone system or the way we handle archiving, or the way that we handle our servers, for example. And it's really helpful for us to get their perspective on that, to know whether that technology is ready for us yet. That really gave us some confidence that at least they had worked with another architectural practice. Collaboration is really important to us, and collaboration is a really integral part of what we do as designers, whether it be collaborating with engineers or planners or our clients. We come from a strong belief that collaboration gets you the best design outcomes, but it also gets you the best practical outcomes as well. Chris and Pete were very clearly in that collaborative mindset. They were open to listening to us, but also sort of tailoring the way that they were thinking as well about our systems. They were, first of all, listening to us. They were working in with our constraints. They were taking the time to understand us. And so that is probably the most important cultural element as far as we're concerned with our relationship with them. The transition from internal IT support to external IT support was well overdue for us. So we weren't scared of going to an external support at all. The biggest hurdle probably for us was actually just simply finding the right business, finding an IT support company that understood our systems, understood Mac and understood CAD and understood an architectural business, which is a little bit different. There are some particular systems and processes for architecture, engineering and construction businesses. And having somebody who understands that we need to be able to integrate with that is really important, and not be kind of pushing us towards a practice management platform, for example, that isn't actually tailored to an architectural business.